an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want a ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
Hey, folks, we're here for the post-game show, and I got my guy Ant-Man, who made a ridiculous, bold prediction that came true, but I know he's not too happy. He could care less about that right now. Ant-Man, what's up, man?
A lot, Mike. A lot is up, and I can't express in words just how I feel at the minute. I'm trying to be respectful to the channel, but we've just been through the ringer in that one. You know, I jokingly tweeted before, like, the game, like, all these things. You go through a loss of hope, you chug the Kool-Aid, you have the euphoria, you have an existential crisis, you experience just about every emotion there is to be felt in the human condition, and that's not a lie. Every single game is like this, and I am very mad right now. I am mad. I am upset. I am one of 100 things. I am devastated for Halapoulivaati Vaitai. I am absolutely devastated after what he's gone through.
Healthy.
But Seahawks player comes down on his leg.
I know.
Seahawks player hits Jared Goff 5 seconds after a ball comes out. Those bunch of respect. That team and their head coach are a disgrace to the National Football League. The way he gets in their ears and gets the calls from the refs, the way his players were taunting, hitting dirty, hitting late. We're up to double figures in players who got injured today. This could irrevocably hurt our season. And they just got away with everything. And, I mean, I know we have shot ourselves in the foot, the pick six. The pass rush couldn't beat a group of Walmart employees, which is concerning. I mean, if you can't beat them, you're not going to beat anybody. Our first sack of the season comes with 30 seconds, well, a minute left in the second game of the season, and we are 7 deep at edge. I don't know where to start, Mike. I honestly don't. There are so many things in this game that I want to talk about, but overall, I am angry. This is another situation, pressure cooker. Can this team finally take that step forward? And this is how you earn the respect of the NFL and all the fans around you. This is how you dump that loser tag and become a legitimate team. These are the games that you win. Instead, like I say, you let 2 Walmart baggers at tackle completely nullify your pass rush, and you let Gino cook you in every single facet of your secondary. Cooked us, you know, we're not a well-done steak. We're a steak that's charred and burnt away. That's where we're at right now. Sorry, I'm whinging, but I just feel a lot of negative feelings right now. This is just the emotional aftermath of the game.
Yeah, it's right after the game. Let's see. Andrew says this team is exactly what I thought they were. To come, no guarantee the Lions will be the bottom of the North, at least 3rd place. I was a bit surprised with all the injuries. Yeah, I know. Jeez, so what is up with the injuries in this game? Everybody was going down. Montgomery, St. Brown, Aiden, Big V. What is going on?
I mean, some were ridiculous. Monty literally was getting his leg twisted. That is a penalty. How many times have we seen that given against us? The guy's holding on to his foot and rolling the damn thing. You're not allowed to do that. Plain and simple. You are not allowed to do that. And he's crocked him. And there are just, you know, Hal gets his leg rolled up. I know that really can't be helped there. But Goff takes a huge shot, which is ridiculous. Why is he not getting ejected? A lot of dirty plays from them today. But with us as well, it's just... I'm just angry. I'm just angry at the minute. I just really am. It was such an opportunity today. The Bears and the Packers have lost again,
Yep.
and it's
Vikings lost.
But these injuries are going to they could irrevocably harm our season. I think Hal's done by the looks of it. I don't think we're going to see him again ever, which means we've got to mess around with the offensive line. Lord knows when Taylor's going to be back. You know, your defensive line is wrecked. Houston is injured. Pascal's on IR. You know, Romeo, I don't think I heard his name called once today. And it's, where do you go? Where do you go? I don't get it.
There's a lot of negative in this game. And I know I was getting called out for being negative when I was doing the live stream watch party, but I was not happy with the defense. I was not happy with the missed tackles. Out of place. These guys were wide open. This was like last year. And then the defensive line just could not get to Geno Smith every time. What is going on with this defense, man? Because this is ridiculous. Like, at some point, something has got to be done here.
But why weren't we blitzing more? I felt like we weren't blitzed. I felt like we were just rushing for and hoping that it'd do. And quite clearly, it wasn't. They needed more help. But again, we sort of sit in this passive, drop back zone system where we just let them pick us off bit by bit whilst futilely rushing for. You're a minute left in the game and you've not registered a sack all game. You think it might register in your system. Oh, hang on. We might need to give the pass rush some help. And sitting all these guys in coverage is obviously doing no good because Geno's at nearly 400 yards passing. So
I know.
Why aren't you giving the pass rush help? Oh, well, we need more guys in coverage. Well, you can't do damn well coverage, can you? So just send them up. Send them up. If you get hit by some deep plays, I don't care. At least you're putting effort in to trying to sack him. Because when you did get him out the pocket, when you did make him struggle, that stupid sack he took near the end, which got us to overtime, he was making boneheaded decisions when he was put under pressure. And we were like, you know what, no, let's let him sit there and sling it.
See how far off we played? It'd be like a 3rd and 7. We're playing 15 yards off the receiver. But what is going on here?
Yeah. Sitting soft and just let them get the yardage, especially on that last drive. I mean, Jerry, I love him to death, but he got the worst game of his career. He's had the worst game of his career. And you know what? I'm not going to get at him because, 3 years UDFA, that's his worst game. Fine. It's going to happen sometimes, but if I'm looking at the defense today, there is only D. Barnes and Anzalone who I'm saying did well. I like what Barnes did against the run. I thought Anzalone was good. Thought he did miss a couple of tackles, but it's like our linebackers, man. That outside of the linebackers, it's not there at this moment in time. You saw it earlier. The worst part is that they lost the crowd early. That was the killer. They lost the crowd early. Stupid penalties. CJ, he's flung a guy over, he shoves him down to the ground, and it's just like, calm it. Be a leader. Be responsible. Make the play. Get back. Line them up. Do all this. And the trouble is, this is what happens when you've got so many young guys on the team. Kirby, we're seeing second-year symptoms from Kirby. He's not started well. There are issues with his game at this moment in time that you're seeing problems with. Aiden, we're seeing, he was good last week, but he's going to be a game breaker for us. He's got to do something on a day like
today. Got to be able to do something. This was bad by the defensive line. This was trash.
But the holding didn't help. I know.
I know they're getting hell. I've seen holding 100 times over in this game.
Did you see that for the final touchdown they scored in overtime?
I've seen it all game in the final touchdown one.
Even the commentators went, oh, yeah, he's holding him, but they've got to let them play. It's like, what do you mean you've got to let them play? It's a foul. It's meant to stop the play. That's the whole purpose of a foul. You can't just go, oh, you know what? Penalties are legal. It's not like the purge. Penalties are legal for the next 5 minutes in overtime. No, it don't work that way. They're always illegal. Hence the point. And
Pete Carroll did outcoach Dan Campbell in this game. I didn't like that 1 4th down they went. It was the last one. I said it before. I said, don't do this. You got to punt it. You can punt them back at like the 5-10 yard line, and then they went for it and failed. Because I felt like when Montgomery left, the offense really took a big, it went down. It just like they couldn't run after Montgomery was in there, and it was the offense just. I was like, no, don't do it with no Montgomery in there, and boy, it failed.
It's just tone setting. First
Yeah.
play of the second half, fumble. 2 plays later,
Oh, yeah.
touchdown. We shot ourselves in the foot off.
Three turnovers.
The worst part was offensively, we looked really good. They couldn't stop us for big portions of this game. But stupid turnovers at stupid times. I'm not blaming Goff for a pick six. He has not thrown a pick for God knows how long. It happens. Gibbs ran a dodgy route on that one as well. But you've got to stop shooting yourselves in the foot. And I'm still processing a billion emotions right now. I'm trying to figure how to coherently put it together. But this is a devastating defeat for us. People just say come back next week, but we've lost over 10 players injured. The morale that the morale sap that a defeat like this gets you. And you've got the Falcons coming next week. They're going to run Bijan and Aligier down your throat all game.
Man.
And we held up Kenny for a decent part of this. I was actually, early we struggled with Kenneth Walker, but after a little while we seemed to get a hang on him.
Yeah.
When you got them two banging it down your throat all game and time of possession and everything. What was it? 8 minutes their first drive? Just kills your defense of energy straight away, and you can't stop the drives. It's just, I don't know where to.
How do we fix this defense, man? Like we can't be doing no soft coverage when it's 3rd and 7 and you're back 15. That is it's absolutely unacceptable. I don't understand it.
Why are you so aggressive against Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback in the NFL by some distance? And we blitzed him, we pressured him, we made him uncomfortable. We trusted our DBs on an island against him, and you know what? They stood up. So why, when it's Geno Smith, do we then give him the respect of dropping 8 into coverage? Why? I don't get the thought process. Why blitz Mahomes and not Geno? Is Geno that dangerous a passer that you've got to drop 8 guys? Is he so dangerous as a runner that you've got to keep a spy in there for him and you can't rush an extra guy? It's inexplicable. He is, for the most part, an immobile statue back there. And immobile statues don't work properly when you try and move them. And when you moved him, he had issues. But we just let him sit there in a free pocket all game.
He was just sitting there free all day. And I'm just like, where is this defensive line? Where is the pressure? They just could not get to him at all. The defense just keeps letting down. And look, this isn't, if you want to win, a playoff game, you can't allow 37 points. Even though what is it? Not all of that. It was 30 points. That was the offense because you had the pick 6. You cannot allow that. That is bad. And the defense played bad. They missed 2 field goals, remember. So you go ahead and add, that's how bad the defense was playing.
The thing is, at 7-7, we took that 4th and 2 on when we could have hit a field goal. I said at the time I would have preferred the points there. Those 3 points changed the game. Mm-hmm. I don't mind Dan's aggressive play calling overall, but that one specifically, so early in the game, just take the points. Take 3 easy ones, because you never know against Seattle when they're going to come in handy. And they would have come real in handy at the end, because all we'd have needed was a field goal to win it. And ultimately you don't. But it's just baffling decisions. Why is Craig Reynolds taking snaps before Jahmyr Gibbs? Why in critical situations on the last drive in that are you using Craig the Reynolds? He is a 3rd string running back for a reason. You bring him in lightly just every time, when your 2 guys need a rest or in certain packages, bring them in. Why is Jahmyr not running the ball? Again, he was just making first down after first down. He was making plays. I know he ran the route a bit funny for the pick 6 and he dropped one, but for the most part, they didn't know what to do with him. Why, when Monty is injured, are you not putting him out there every single damn snap and using him? That is inexplicable to me that you would not use him. So, if Monty's hurt, Gibbs needs to be lead back, taking every single snap that he can. And
Gibbs
Craig
was
can come
doing
in on
nothing
third down.
in the middle of that in the run. Like he just could not get anything in there. And I know you're going against Graham Glasgow because Big V went down, but man, he's got to do better there. Because it's just like as soon as Montgomery was out, there was no run game in the middle. It was just
Monty was so impressive.
Yeah.
I you know what? Guys fumble it. I can accept that. It was a really hard hit. Monty was fantastic. And that was another, you know what? People say don't use the refs as excuses on that. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to. That screen pass where he bulldozed over 3 guys and got into the end zone and it was called off for offensive pass interference when our tight end is running his route and their defender is literally pushing him. He has his hands on him. Our guy, hands down by his side, not even attempting to contact the DB, and they're like, offensive pass interference. Get the hell out of here. Really. These decisions were atrocious all game. And I'm not absolving us of this, but it was disgusting all the way along. These calls are just...
Yeah.
They're in our face. They are basically in our face, giving us the middle finger right in front of that, going, you can't touch me, you can't do anything about it. And we can't. This is how bad it is right now, the state of officiating in this league. Especially when it comes to us. You know, just everything's made me bad today. The refs, the team.
The defense.
The defense is... I'll have to look the all 22 for this one very carefully because I want to see what's
I just
gone
seen a
on.
lot of wide open. The wideouts were just wide open.
But,
like if you watched the coverage from Seattle's defense versus us, we weren't open at all. You watched the Seattle offense, they were wide open on every play. It was like, what are they thinking, man?
No, I mean, but it's like, you can see with our edges, they were getting chipped. They were getting double teamed.
Yep.
Seattle were putting a lot of attention on them and just sending 2 receivers up the field. So again, begs the question, when there's 2 receivers coming up at the field, why the hell are there 8 guys sat in coverage? Why are you not bringing men up to help your pass rush, which is clearly ineffective? Why do you just sit there time after time after time as drive after drive after drive keeps just pushing you apart? They move the ball with ease on us for a lot of this. And you're just sitting 8 men back there and you're doing nothing about it. Like, literally nothing. You're just like, oh, eventually we're going to make a stop or something like that. Send them forward and make something happen. Don't sit there and wait for it to happen. I've had this issue with this team for years now. I thought after that Kansas game, we got over it. But we have reverted to type in this one against a bog standard quarterback, and we have let him kill us. And it's getting to the point now where I don't know who's making these decisions. I am not asking for anyone to be fired yet because we are 2 games into a year.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
still
not either.
Technically top of the division. But someone needs to have their ass chewed and spit out this week.
Ridiculous, man.
And told that it's got to change. They need to sit in that film room and go, actually, maybe I should be being a little bit more aggressive on my defense here. You're at home. You've got the crowd on your back. They're having to use silent count. Put the pressure on them. Don't sit there and give it them. It's the worst thing you can do.
If this defense keeps playing like this, I'm gonna start calling for heads because I'm tired of this. Like, this defense has been bad. We got talent out there. You have to be able to do something. Jeez. Jacobs is not a number 2 in this league. Man, this was the worst game. I love Jerry Jacobs, but he played horrible in this game. He looked like Never Lawson in this game. I was ready to say Will Harris go out there. I was like, pull him. Like, at this point, he's getting beat on every play. Gino is targeting him on every single play because I don't know what the heck happened with Jerry Jacobs. I don't know, but we need Emmanuel Mosley back.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's dealing with a second injury, so I don't know if we're ever going to see him. So, well, it said it's his knee and his ankle or something, didn't they? I thought he just had one injury. So, I mean, I don't know how much losing Pascal might have been big for this. I think people are realizing what Josh Pascal was now, because what this team lacked today was strength. Someone who could outright bully their guys. Aiden's more a finesse guy. Houston, I don't get why we weren't using Houston. We had them at 3rd and long so many times in the first half that the graphic said their average third down when they had it was 3rd and 9. Why is Houston not on the field every single snap when it is 3rd and 9? Because he wasn't. That's where he's elite and at his best and will make plays for you. But I think we missed Pascal today, someone who would just go in there, take no crap, and just bully people out his way and get to the quarterback. It's just, I think that shows you how integral Josh Pascal is to this scheme. He is the brawns to Aiden's brains when it comes to this pass rush. And without him, we just look poor. And I don't know why Bugs and Martin weren't playing in this. I just felt like a game where Bugs and Martin would have done well as well. Shown up the run a little bit more, given us some more up the interior, because Benito did bugger all. Sorry.
Yeah.
Benito did nothing.
Who? Who?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Bugs and Martin have got to be in the squad next week. Got to have some more guys on that interior who are going to, especially against that run game. But it was just poor all along. And these injuries now, they're mounting.
This was a bad game for injuries.
Our shield is broken. With Hallen Taylor out, our shield is broken. It's like Iron Man fighting. No, Iron Man. It's like Captain America fighting without his shield.
Yeah.
It leaves you vulnerable. The rest of your game comes into dispute then, but it was bad. But you know what I will say? I'm trying to be optimistic here. I thought Ben Johnson called a fantastic game for the most part. Some of the plays he came up with, the design, some of the 4th down executions, that little motion run to Amon-Ra was
one of the greatest plays I've seen in a long time.
One of the greatest plays of all time that was. For him to come up
that was
with
a great play.
Was amazing. We got the flea flicker. I
told
you
by the Ant-Man.
We were going to get a flea flicker. I said that we'd see a flea flicker.
I couldn't believe it, man.
I was just
I about crap myself when I seen that, and everybody was saying Ant-Man in the chat.
I was just there. I was just like, yes, I got one right. But I just saw it. And I'm like, oh, please to God land this. Please to God land it. And they did. And, I want to think happy things like this. I want to talk happy. Reynolds was great again. I think Josh Reynolds has a future here long term. I thought he was really good. Because everyone was saying he was behind Leaf in the standings. Now, obviously, Leaf got the flea flicker, but Reynolds has really impressed me. I really liked what he did. I like him in there. Laporta really impressed me as a receiver. The man does not go down. The amount of broken tackles, bulldozers, stuff like that. Amon-Ra, another 100 yards. You know what? The offense was good for the most, but the receivers really showed out today. And Jared Goff really showed out today. I don't care about the pick 6. It happens. He was dealing today. In the first half, he was wonderful. He is not the reason we lost this game today. I feel rotten that we've lost, given how well he performed. So there are things that made me happy in there. It's just hard to think of them right now.
Yeah. The only happy thing that I got here, folks, is the rest of the NFC North lost. There you go. And for whatever reason, Seattle Seahawks beats us. I got to give a shout out. I know you're mad, and you know what? But the Seattle Seahawks, they beat us. They have our number. They own us. I don't know what the hell it is, but it doesn't matter. They beat us.
It's like that, isn't it? When you call the partner up and go, right, I'm coming over, get ready for me. We are like the person who's on the receiving end of that call. Whether we like it or not, they are coming round to our house and doing what they please.
Yeah, I mean, our defense, look, there was bad calls on the referees, 100%. I concur. Injuries, 100%. I concur. But that defense should never allow what we just saw there. That's the main reason we lost.
Their defense made plays. Trash. Their defense was trash, but the difference is it made plays. The fumble it forced, the pick 6.
Their defense did good. Ours did trash. Our defense was trash.
Yeah, I don't think theirs was particularly good. I
don't think it's particularly good. No.
They only started teeing off on Goff when Hal got injured and everyone got swapped round. But what they did do is they made the important plays. They made the turnovers, and we just didn't look like getting a turnover all game. It's like you're looking when they're tackling, it's weak, it's limp, they're not going for the ball. The hits just, they lacked the ferocity that they did against the Chiefs. Every time we made a tackle, I felt like, ow, I felt that here at home. This one, there just didn't seem the same intensity was there. It just,
no,
everything felt so flat. And we've had a week and a half off to recover. No bumps, no bruises. And we looked like we wanted it less than they did.
They did.
And
we
they
did.
just
we
had their
did. 100%.
They
got
had they had their name handed to them last week. But sometimes that's how it works. You get humbled and you want to get back on that field and put it right as quick as you can. But for us, we need to have a reaction now. You cannot, and I stress this entirely, you cannot lose next week, like at all. This is the Falcons at home. If you harbor any ambitions of doing anything in this league, you have to beat a team the caliber of the Falcons at home. Because then you've got to go to Lambeau. You've got the Ravens on the road coming up. You've got the Panthers coming up again, and they'll tee off on our injured team. It's got to stop somewhere. We need to see this sort of reaction next week. That is the only thing that could make something like today acceptable. Is it's another step on the learning curve for them. That like, right, you've been hit in the face. You know, we've been beaten. It's been tough. We're banged up. We're bruised, but you've got to get up. You've got to go again next week. You know, everything is still on the table. This season is far from over, but you have got a lot of adversity now. And you have got to show that you're different from every single Detroit team of the past, which is withered under that expectation. There's a lot on it now, and next week just became huge for us.
$2 Super Year, what's the latest news on the injury front? We don't really know, Stephen Likings, but Big V one looked bad. I think the David Montgomery one looked pretty bad. That's really it there. I don't really what else to say. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
All I know is the IR list is going to be, it's like one of those things where someone opens a scroll and it falls to the floor because it's that big. I think, if I remember rightly, I think there's at least 10 guys injured. I mean, Kirby came back, but Houston was off. You know, Monty was off. We lost Hal. We lost Hutch towards the end. Oh, God, who else did we lose? We lost a ton of people. I think it was at least 10 that we've lost.
Yeah, jeez.
Which is just insane. Considering that, we've just lost Pascal. We've got Pascal on IR, Julian on IR, Mosley not ready to come back. Tell you one thing, Bugs ain't getting healthy scratched again. We've got the players to do it no more.
Yeah.
This is just a disaster on all fronts today. A loss you can accept, but the injuries, they hit us where it hurts.
Yeah.
Our running back room and our O-line, like, that's how our top 5 offense works, is through those two. And now we don't have them. We're going to have to rely on Goff more, which, I expect him to pick up the slack. But we're going to need Gibbs to do really well. We're going to need
but then you need the offensive line.
We do. And it's now a case of, what do we do? Because you've got to fix the right guard slot now. And you know what? I put Sorsdal in there. You've drafted him. Give him the game snaps. Let him grow. We've got to start home growing guys now. You know, we can't just put Glasgow in there as a plaster. And to be honest, I don't think Glasgow looked that good, to be fair. A lot of the pressure was coming through him and Nelson. I mean, Glasgow and Nelson, they are not starters for any team in the NFL anywhere.
Yeah.
And we've got over half our line now. Our right-hand side is a center who's got one toe. And I love Frank. He can't do it all on his own. And 2 rank average backups. I mean, we're in some bother now. Because, you know what, I don't know how Penny did at left tackle. I don't think he did that bad, but I just feel like you've got to have it. He feels like he's more important on the right now. Feels like you can run it through him. You can do a lot through him when he's there. But what have we got? Connor Galvin, brand new UDFA tackle on the practice squad. Put Nelson there? No, not as a starter all season. And now Hal's gone. Hal, that's the tackle versatility right there. It's I think this is just kind of the feeling of the day, isn't it? It's just this. We've been hurt bad today.
Yeah, we did. It was a rough one.
Every physical which way, like the emotion of it, the physicality of it. Our team is badly banged up now. We've lost. Everything became so much harder after today, and it's just. Yep. And I think it hurts more because we all genuinely thought we were turning the corner. Now, we might be. I am not overreacting to the point where I'm saying we're not turning the corner, but today was a big pressure point, and we failed that pressure point, and now we've got to go and do more. You know, it's even harder to get down the line.
Defense. You gotta stop this crap, man. Like this, you can't win games like this.
You've got to change the scheme up entirely. You've got to stop the shoddy zone coverage. You have got to trust your DBs to be good in man, like to be able to go out there and make plays in man, and then send your linebackers up to help because you have guys who can. Barnes against the run can help. Hell, Anzalone as a pass rusher today looked pretty. Anzalone was the best pass rusher we had today. That kind of says everything. We've got to free up more resources to go and help the defensive line out. We can't just sit there and take it. And for too long now, during this entire regime, and I can get it the first 2 years because you don't have the talent there, we've sat and taken it. We've not gone out there and gone, you know what? We're going to go out there and we're going to do something about it. That's what the Seahawks did. They gave more and more resources to the pass rush because they knew that Goff was cooking them. And what did they do? They started getting sacks, started putting us in 3rd and long, started taking the playbook away from us, which limited our options and made us like do that boneheaded throw, you know, that gave the pick 6. We should, you know, we don't want to be doing that so close to our end, but we had to because of where we were. Whereas us, we didn't put any more resources towards the pass rush, despite the fact it clearly wasn't working, and they were doing something that was nullifying us. You can't just sit there and go.
Rush today.
You can't just sit there and go, well, the pass rush isn't working, but I'm not giving up no more resources. I'm just going to hope that it changes. It's not going to change because they found a system that works against you, and they're not going to change that. And if you can't change what's going on, if you can't change the look, if you can't change the scheme, show them something different. Make them think that you're going to play. Just put something that puts some uncertainty in there. And they just looked under no pressure at all, especially in the clutch situations, to go and, you know, we showed them nothing and they picked us apart. This cannot be accepted by this team. You can't, because every team will do this to you. The Falcons will take one look at this game footage and they will have their scheme in place already for next week. If one member of their staff has watched this game, he'll waltz right into the office Monday morning and go, boss, right, I've got it. This is how we do it. Because they just don't adjust. Run the ball down their throat, put it in nice, easy situations. They ain't going to commit to the pass rush. They're going to sit in zone, get your good wide receivers, just go find that soft coverage, you move the ball, and they'll not do a thing about it. So it's just... Yeah, I'm sorry, Brian. I am going to take a breath. I will be my happy
I got to pick my
self.
kids up. I got to pick my kids up. So I'm going to get up off here. But again, we took an L. It is what it is. We lost. Hopefully injuries are not too bad. With that said, adios.
See you later.